Microphones. Here we go. One. All right. Come on, Carol. I need help.
I'm unmuted. That's Carol Burns.
Yes, I know. I'm calling Carol Burns. I'm calling everybody out. Let's go. All right. Very good.
Okay.
All right. You ready? I pledge
I
allegiance.
pledge allegiance to the
The
flag
flag
of
the
the
United
States
States
of
America,
Two.
and to the republic
to which is
for which it stands, one
Nation
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
with liberty
with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Thank you. All right, Carol, would you give us the roll call and then let us know who's present?
Sure. I am still unmuted, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Chairman Nolan,
Here.
Vice Chairman Abbey,
Here.
Commissioner D'Agostino,
Here,
Tashi Vasquez, Commissioner Tashi Vasquez, Commissioner Boasyota.
here,
You have a quorum.
Very good. And who's
Chairman.
present? Yes.
Also present tonight, this evening, is the Executive Director, James Polis, William Brennan, CFO to the Authority. I am Carol Berlin with Reno Coughlin Minchello as General Counsel. And Mr. George Devaney from Keywood Associates. The IT for this evening are Nathaniel Rodriguez and Seyfullah Sharif.
Very good. Thank you all for joining us this evening. And would you give us the sunshine law
Sure.
statement?
This meeting today conforms with Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, called the Open Public Meeting Act, and as per the requirements of the statute, notification of the meeting was published in the Star Ledger and Home News Tribune, filed with the Clerk of Middlesex County.
Very good. Thank you. Jim Polis, do we have any committee reports?
Yes, I can update you on the recycling and the couple of projects if you would like, Chairman.
Please.
So our recycling team continues to do a good job. The vendor has been on point. We are working through, some great level of service recently, which is wonderful. I will tell you that we also had another state inspection by DEP at our leaf composting facility and received a 100% rating. So I'm very pleased with what's been going on out there and want to thank the team involved with maintaining that operation out there. North Brunswick train station, our 30% design is complete. Our plans have been submitted. We've received comments from New Jersey Transit, awaiting them from Amtrak. This is a major milestone for the development of that project, so we're very pleased that that's been moving along. And for our New Brunswick train station project, we have selected AECOM Engineering through our process, and we'll be having our first meetings with them very shortly to start some design scenarios for the New Brunswick renovation project of the train station, which will be a signature development for the downtown and with all the new projects going on. So we're really excited about that.
Terrific. Very good. Do we have any correspondence?
No, we do not.
Any old business?
No, sir.
Any new business?
No, we do not.
Very good. Okay. So we have a lot of resolutions, so I'd like to pursue with a consent agenda. Jim, I assume this has been published on our website?
That's correct, Chairman.
So if anybody wanted to read every single resolution, they could, correct?
That's correct. Carol, you can confirm that, correct?
Carol Burns.
Either one.
Carol Burns?
For the posting on the website, I believe Carol Burns takes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
That's
We
okay.
just want to confirm that the agenda with all the resolutions listed was published on and put onto our website, correct?
The resolutions are not on there, but the agenda is. The resolutions don't go on there.
Okay, then unfortunately.
The
we're gonna
agenda, no, I think what she meant is not the actual,
title.
not the content of the resolutions, but the agenda lists all the resolutions.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That is on there, sir.
Okay, very good then. Okay, so then I'm gonna make a motion to proceed with the consent agenda, and so I'm gonna make that motion, and I'm gonna ask somebody to second it.
second it, Christine.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Paul, you in there? Did you respond?
Yes. Aye. Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're gonna proceed by consent agenda. So Carol, Bruin, you're not gonna have to read all of those.
Okay.
Since they are available on our website. So then we're gonna move on to approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of our meeting of November 8th?
Motion, Paul.
Okay, motion from Paul, and I think Christine said second.
No, that was, yep, no, I think.
Lois.
Lois, okay.
Lois, sorry, Lois.
Thank you. All those in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed? So the minutes shall be approved. All right, now we're going to move to public comments on the resolutions. Anyone that would like to comment on the resolutions, please raise your hand and identify yourself, and you will be recognized. Do we have anybody raising their hand?
We do have one person raising their hand.
All right, please identify yourself. Is that Charlie?
You are correct, sir. Charlie Cradaville.
Our stalwart. Welcome, Charlie.
Good to be with you, and it was nice running into you yesterday at Woodbridge. I am gonna, follow up on the discussion about the difference between posting the agenda and the resolutions themselves. Obviously, I prefer the most transparency possible, and it'd be great to have the resolution shared, but even if you don't do that, I think the agenda could be, the titles of the resolutions could be more informative. So, for instance, I'm going to ask about 8K, which I know it was already said out loud that AECom is the company that's getting the contract. It would be, I would say, preferable to include that information in the title of the agenda, so it makes, or the title of the resolution, so it makes it onto the agenda. I see a number of other agenda items where it's, people are being hired or companies are being retained, but we don't know which company or which person. So I think that would be a way to improve transparency with the agenda. And I did want to ask about 8K. Can I find out the value of the contract, the total amount of it, and what process was used to select AECom?
Tim Polis, do you want to respond to that?
Yes, we use for the selection, we use an open process, which is the same process that New Jersey Transit utilizes. We go out, we create a specification and an RFP, and then we solicit individuals who would be interested. We advertise it in multiple locations and promote it on our website. And then we receive those proposals. There's an evaluation committee that sits down to evaluate them and make a determination based on the content of the proposal, not the financial aspect, but the content of the proposal vis-a-vis what the RFP requests, to make a determination which of the vendors who submits is the best qualified to proceed with the project. Once that final selection is made, there then is the opening of the financial aspect of it, so that there can begin a negotiation, if you will, of the fee and structure under the way the law is written.
Okay. And do you have a figure for how much the contract will be?
I have a base figure, Mr. Polis, if
Yes, go ahead. You can share it, Carol.
I
Absolutely.
may. Base fee without allowance, without the allowance items, is $7,603,775.83.
Okay, thank you. And I did want to ask on the proposals, were there other proposals, or was this the only one?
There were other interested parties, but who requested information initially. This was the only proposal that we received from the only firm that's actually submitted a full proposal.
Got it. And then there was one other resolution I wanted to ask about, is 8J, right before that on the prior page at the bottom, the subcontractual agreement for compliance consulting services. And I wanted to just understand a little bit about what prompted this and which provider is going to provide these services.
I think I can speak to that.
Sure. This is the CCM subcontract
Correct.
Right? Yes,
Right.
so Charlie, we have a contract, originally and still exists, as a contract arrangement with, RWJ Barnabas to manage the website, to manage our nursing homes.
And
And RWJ utilizes, CCM, to perform some of the management functions for them, actually at both locations.
Right,
and that,
right.
that's part of the terms of the operations and management agreement. And this resolution has been done every year since they took over. It just formalizes that, it acknowledges that they are permitted to subcontract per the terms of the original agreement.
Okay. Well, I think that's all on the resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Okay, so next one. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the agenda session and the regular meeting of November 8th?
Approve,
Motion.
Christine.
So
Second.
I think that was Christine for the motion and
Yes.
Lois for the second. All those in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed? No, so that shall pass. I guess we will go to public comments on the resolutions. Please raise your hand and be identified.
That's what we just did, Chairman. We're on to the approval of the resolutions now.
Oh,
Unless somebody else
sorry.
besides
Yes.
Mr. Cradaville is waiting to
Okay, yes, I
recognize.
apologize. My mistake. All right. So then a motion to approve the resolutions.
Motion, Paul.
Second,
Second, Huesman.
all those in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed? No, so that will pass. Can I get a motion to approve payment of vouchers?
Motion, Christine.
Second, Huesman.
All those in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That will pass. All right, I apologize. Now we're going into public session. So anyone from the public that would like to comment, I see a hand up. I'm assuming that's Charlie. So please identify yourself and be recognized. Can we identify?
Yes. Charlie Cradaville here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Charlie. Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
sorry about that. Thank you for recognizing me, and I do appreciate the opportunity to address you from my desk here in New Brunswick. I did want to, make a comment and a bit of an ask that, going forward in the next year, these meetings be more visible in terms of how they can be accessed by the public. I think it's apparent from the comments we've heard tonight about, Mr. Chairman, you seeing people's microphones being muted or unmuted, or you seeing the hands being raised or not raised. I want to remind you that the public is not able to see that same information. We are just on the end of the phone line and not able to join the Zoom meeting or whatever software you're using. We're not able to see what you're seeing and fully participate in the same way that you are. And I think that most boards at this time, if you have a remote meeting, you let people use their computers rather than 20th century technology, telephones, and so it's just something that is annoying to me as somebody who goes to a lot of government meetings, and I see this being an outlier. So I would ask that if you're going to continue to have remote meetings, which is still an option, that you improve the public's access, allow us to be on camera, and people who want to be on camera can be on camera. And those of us who, we can see who else is in the room and see whose microphone is muted or not and all the things that you can see. So, if you are going to stick with the remote meetings, I think you should do that for the new year. And I just wanted to, state that I appreciate the remote meeting option. It does result in me being able to attend more frequently and to ask questions. I hope that you understand I'm coming from a good place with these questions and trying to gather information for the people here in Middlesex County. But I think the meetings would probably be better if more people participated besides just me. And I think that the method of the meeting has something to do with the low participation from others. And, you know, it was, like I said, it was great to run into you yesterday and see you face to face and have a true, you know, in-person public meeting. And I think that, you know, this board can at the very least help us feel more connected if we are doing the remote meetings by changing the technology you use. And I just wanted to ask if that was something you'd be able to consider for the new year. And if you know, I'm not even sure what you've decided for the new year. You just passed Resolution 8Z. Is the board meeting going to continue to be remote? Are they going to go back to in-person or something else?
Thank you, Charlie. As far as the meeting is concerned, I believe it is our intention to continue remote meetings, but I will discuss with Jim Polis and others what our options are for at least to see if we can maybe get the public onto Zoom with us. So I will certainly explore that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, and yeah, I'm happy to talk more if you want to hear from me on what other towns or other entities are doing. I've seen it all, good and bad and in between, but I do think that, you know, the board would benefit from having more voices on the call, and one way to help do that is to make it easier for folks to get on the call by giving them more options. So appreciate your time. I wish you and the rest of the board a really happy and healthy holiday season, and I'll talk to you in 2024.
Thank you, Charlie. Same to you, and we appreciate your participation.
Thank you, sir.
So, thank you. So that there is no executive session, correct, Carol?
Correct, there is no executive session.
All righty. Then before we adjourn, I'm going to wish everybody a happy and healthy holidays and New Year and all of that. And thank you so much for another great year, and we will see you next year. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion,
Yuzna.
Christine.
All right.
Second, Yuzna.
All right. All those in favor, aye. We are done. Thank you so much. Have a great holiday.
Yeah.